Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Kyle Carroll from My MMA News. We're back here for the final interview of today of the snow day on Long Island. I don't know where everyone else is, but here on Long Island we got quite the snowstorm. Where I am, we're close to 18, 19 inches. Lots of wind. It's died down now though, so hope everyone's staying warm. But we'll be joined in a couple minutes by Edwin Solis. He's fought ACC 17, beat Daniel Maldonado, who we spoke to earlier today, and Edwin should be joined shortly. But won the 125, the flyweight title. He won that, so he'll be on just a moment. But he's 3-1. Looking forward to talking to him. Tough kid, tough fighter. Exciting to watch. I've seen him fight a few times now. Very exciting to watch. So I hope you guys enjoy the interview. If you have questions, please throw them down on the question box, the comment. I'll try and get to them, trying to ask them as much as I can. So be sure to tune in as soon as he comes on. So I thank you guys for taking your time, joining us here on MyMMAnews.com. Be sure to check out all the interviews and everything else that Eric and Brian and Chris and everyone else does on the website. They do a great job, so be sure to check that out. So now we're just waiting for Edwin. He should be here any second now. Tuning in on the double box on this thingy-majiggy. So we'll try him one more time. But yeah, like I said, he's 3-1. I'm curious to see if he goes pro anytime soon. What's his schedule like? Who he wants to fight next? If he wants to fight the only guy to beat him, who's actually undefeated at the moment. So I'm curious if he wants to fight him. There's a lot of questions I got for him. Don't really know him too well. Just seen him fight a bunch. So excited to get to chat with him. ACC's got another event April 7th. Be sure to check that out as well. I'll be commentating at Cage Wars 35 up in Albany. That will be taking place January 28th at the end of the month. Be sure to check that out. And I know Jackhammer has one. Actually, the 27th is Cage Wars. Then the 28th on Sunday is Jackhammer. So be sure. Lots going on. That's just on Long Island and New York area. Then there's a lot more in Pennsylvania, elsewhere, where my MMA News is covering the region and stuff. So just wait. Like I said, just waiting room for Danny. Keep saying that he's no answer from him, the live guest, but I know he's in here. So trying to figure this out real quick. Let's see. Try it again. If it's not working, we'll have to figure something else out. But if you guys got questions or comments, like I said, drop them below. Let me know who's tuning in, where you're from, checking it out. I'm going to be starting up the Carol's Corner MMA podcast again this next week. This Sunday, I'm interviewing Brianne Russullo, the girl with the giant tits that he couldn't cut off and couldn't make weight because of them. So make sure you check out that interview when it comes up, and tune in on Sunday for that as well. So lots going on, lots to come up. Pretty excited for everything going on. Like I said, just drop a comment below. Drop where you're from. If you're a fighter, if you're a gym, if you want to do an interview, drop comments. I'll get to you, and we could do an interview as well. I'm always looking forward to do interviews, same as Eric and Brian and all of them. My MMA News, constantly doing local interviews. So for whatever reason, it's not connecting to Edwin. We'll try one more time. And then I'll have to try and get a hold of him elsewhere. But looking forward to doing this interview with him. I got a lot of questions. Young, tough fighter. Like I said, only 4 fights, 3-1. So much more ahead of him. Looking forward. So, if you got questions, drop them. Drop them below. I'll be chiming in. But yeah, make sure you tune in on flowcombat.com. I'll be commentating for Cage Wars 35. Pretty excited about that. And here we go. We got Edwin here now with us Awesome. Edwin, thanks for joining. Pleasure to have you. I hope you're staying warm on this snow day.
I'm staying warm.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for joining, and we'll just hop right in. You fought Danny. I spoke to him earlier today. Tell us a little bit about that fight. It was a tough fight, exciting fight. Thoughts on how it went?
Yeah, it was a tough fight. He's a tough kid. I expected to finish the fight, so I was a little disappointed that I didn't finish the fight. I felt like I had a solid performance, but me personally, I wanted to finish. So just because I didn't get the finish, part of me is not satisfied. But it's just a learning experience. I'll get better. I'll learn from it, and I'll be better next time. But my goal every time when I go in there is definitely to get the finish. I don't want to go to judges' scorecards, or I don't want to win by decision. I'm always looking to finish my opponent, and looking to be violent every single time. So, like I said, just from that standpoint, I wasn't happy. But like I said, I'll keep improving. I'll learn from it, and I'll be better for it.
Excellent. You won the 125-pound ACC title. What did it mean to you to get a title like that?
Yeah, it was definitely exciting to win the title. But the main thing is just getting the win. I always want to win, whether it's for a title or it's not for a title. I put in a lot of hard work, so the most important thing is getting the victory. But yeah, definitely winning the title was definitely a nice cherry on top.
Excellent. I know you had a lot of fans watching you. Jingle Gym comes in pretty strong when they come and support their fighters. What does it mean to you have such a support system from a gym like Jungle Gym and the group and support cast that surrounds Jungle Gym?
Yeah, I mean that's everything there. We're a close tribe here at the Jungle Gym, and just having that support, um, can't even put it into words. It's something that I'm really grateful for. I know that my team has my back 100%. They want to see me do well. So, seeing so many people show up to watch you fight, it just gives you extra motivation to want to do well and win, because it's these people are have a lot of invested in you, and you don't want to let them down. So it's a great feeling to see that the Jungle Gym really comes in supporting the fighters and being there for us. Definitely it means a lot, and it's something that I definitely don't take for granted.
Now, one of your teammates, Daniel Rodriguez, he fought the main event. Crazy fight. Looked like he was actually losing it, and then he pulled it off with 1 second left. What were your thoughts on that fight? I know people were going nuts afterwards.
Yeah, I mean it was a pretty crazy fight. He got hurt bad, but Danny's a tough kid. I mean, I've trained with him for years, and he's gonna fight to the very end, and that's pretty much what he did. He got hurt bad, but he stuck in there. He weathered the storm, and he was able to pull out the victory. It was a little shaky there for a second, but like I said, I've trained with the guy for years. He's really good, and he's a tough dude, so he's gonna fight to the very end. So I wasn't surprised that he came back and won the fight. The guy's got a lot of heart, and he's a tough guy. So definitely wasn't surprised that he was able to pull it off.
Yeah, no doubt he's a tough guy. I actually heard that he might have possibly broke his jaw or whatever. I don't know if there's truth to that, but it looks pretty swollen. Props to him winning that. Edwin, tell us how you got into MMA. What drew you to the sport?
So I would say it was a combination of things. I watched a lot of boxing growing up, so definitely a big boxing fan. And I kind of just one day saw it on TV. I saw an MMA fight, saw guys kicking, doing jiu-jitsu, doing wrestling. I didn't really understand it at the time, but it's definitely something that caught my attention. Also in high school, I got into a lot of fights, and most of those fights I got my ass kicked. So I would say it would be a combination of my experience in high school and kind of seeing it on TV that kind of led me to start training. Started training when I was about 19 years old, and in the beginning I just wanted to learn how to defend myself. Like, my goal wasn't to fight or do anything like that. But after training for a little bit, I realized that I was going to be dedicated to this, and I was going to put everything that I had into this. So I just told myself I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go for it. I want to fight, and I know that I'm going to be behind it. So.
Excellent. Oh, do you have a favorite discipline that you like to work on? Is there a certain area of MMA that you enjoy more than the rest?
No, I really enjoy everything. I really can't say that, I enjoy, boxing more than jiu-jitsu or jiu-jitsu more than wrestling. I really enjoy training everything. I love learning. I constantly want to improve upon the things that I already know, but I constantly want to grow as well. I don't want to stay the same. You have to evolve, and that's what I'm in the process of doing. I want to continue to improve and continue to get better, continue to learn. So I can't really say that I prefer to do one thing versus the other. I love to do everything, and I'm constantly looking to improve in all areas of my game.
Take us through, I guess, your diet and your weight regimen. Is it tough for you to get down to 125? I know Jungle Gym, from the reputation you guys have, you guys do a pretty good job with always making weight. Tell us a little bit about your diet.
Well, I mean, I pretty much eat clean all year round. I'm not one of those guys that, oh, when I have a fight, I'm on my diet, and when I'm not fighting, I'm picking out. So pretty much my diet is all year round. I'm always in shape. I'm always eating clean. So I never slack off. Okay, I'm not fighting, so now I'm gonna have cheeseburgers and fries and stuff in my face. That's not what I do. I live a really healthy lifestyle. I don't do any drugs or drink any alcohol. I'm eating. I'm pretty clean. In terms of making weight, that's never an issue because, like I said, I'm always taking care of my body and my diet's always on point. So making weight is never a problem.
Excellent. Now you're 3-1 right now in your amateur career. Like I said, you just won the ACC title. You have one loss to Pedro Villa. Is there any possibilities you want to get back in the cage with him and kind of gain that win back from him?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to have that rematch. Losing that fight definitely taught me a lot. But losing that fight, it definitely wasn't a good feeling. You know what I mean? It sucks to
Hmm.
lose. And yeah, absolutely. I want that rematch. So if we can make that happen, let's make it happen. Let's do the rematch. But that's a fight that I've thought about ever since it's happened. And yeah, I would love the rematch. So if we can make that happen, let's do it. I'll be ready.
Awesome. Now, do you have a time frame for when you want to get back in the cage? Do you want to get back in the ACC or sooner or later?
Yeah, well, I'll be fighting in April in the next ACC. So
Awesome.
I'm pretty much getting ready. I mean, I'm training all year round, train every single day. So I'm pretty much I'm ready at any moment. If I was told I had to fight tomorrow, then I'd be ready. So, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, as they say.
Definitely, definitely. So tell me a little bit about yourself outside of training and fighting. What are some of the things you're into and enjoy outside of MMA?
To be honest, when I'm not training, I'm not really doing much. Maybe I'm either sleeping or I'm, watching my fights and kind of studying and seeing what I could have did better. And so pretty much my whole life is this. I'm dedicated to this, and everything I do is related to this. So there's not really much that I do besides this. I'm pretty much all in, and this is my life. But I wouldn't change it. I'm really happy with it, and it's changed my life. So I'm definitely I'm excited to be training mixed martial arts, but I'm definitely more excited to be part of the Jungle Gym and the tribe and the kind of atmosphere that's here at the Jungle Gym. Definitely wouldn't trade it for the world. I've been with the same team since day one, and I'll always be with the same team. So
Excellent. Oh, it sounds like you already have a professional mentality when it comes to the sport. Is there a timetable for when you want to make that leap to the next level to become a professional?
that decision is up to me. That's a decision that will be up to my coach when he feels that I'm ready to make that jump. Obviously, my goal is to fight professionally. But the only thing I'm worried about is improving every day, getting better, and finish fights, have dominant performances. And I feel if I do that, then I'll get the opportunity to fight pro. But again, that decision isn't up to me. That'll be up to my coach when he feels that I'm ready to make that jump. Then it'll happen. But the only thing I'm thinking about right now is getting better, improving, and just keep evolving. But yeah, obviously that is my goal. I do want to fight professionally. So I pretty much just got to keep working hard and do what I do every day, and I feel that it will happen. But obviously there's going to be, a lot of hard work that has to be done before, reaching that stage.
Excellent. I liked what you were saying before about the watching film and going back and kind of working on technique from what you saw in your film. Because a lot of amateur fighters talk about how they don't watch film or film on their opponent. How much has that helped you improve yourself and learn about your opponent going into the fights?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps a lot. The preparation is key, and you definitely don't want to leave any stone unturned. So I definitely study my opponents. But in all honesty, I'm really just preparing myself. My mindset I'm going into these fights is my opponents have to adjust to me. You know what I mean? They have to adjust to what I'm bringing
Mm-hmm.
to the table. Again, of course, if there's any film of my opponent, I'll watch them, try to pick up tendencies and things that they do. But ultimately, my main focus is getting myself ready, and that's pretty much how I approach it. So my mindset is they have to adjust to me. I don't have to adjust to them.
Now, do you watch MMA outside of yourself fighting? Do you watch UFC, Bellator, or any other fights promotions like that?
Yeah, definitely watch UFC, Bellator. Any chance I get, watch some fights. Maybe pick up on some things. Those guys are pretty much the best fighters in the world. So, you can definitely learn a lot from watching. So, try to pick up little things. But like I
Do you
said,
have do you have a favorite fighter or someone like that, or someone you kind of relate yourself to?
no, not really. I don't really have a favorite fighter. Like I said, I like watching high level fighters because that's where I want to
Mm-hmm.
be one day. I want to be fighting in Bellator and UFC. So I definitely watch the guys who are on top of the game and try to pick up little things. But ultimately, I'm focused on myself, improving, getting better, and just keep working hard. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of hard work to improve and to evolve. So my focus lies on that and getting better and just keep improving.
Excellent. Now, tell us, I guess, a little bit about a week of a routine throughout a week for you for training.
Well, I mean, pretty much every day I'm pretty much working on everything. Working on my stand up, my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling. I would say there's some days where maybe I'm doing more jiu-jitsu, other days where maybe focusing on more striking. But I'm pretty much training everything every single day. I'm not just focusing on one area of the game. I don't feel that you can do that. You have to be good everywhere. You can't be a specialist, you know what I mean? Because eventually you run
Mm-hmm.
to someone who can expose you, you know what I mean? So, I'm not I wouldn't say I'm a boxer or a jiu-jitsu fighter. I'm a mixed martial artist, and I want to be able to do it all. So I'm constantly working on everything.
Excellent. Now, is there anyone outside of MMA that inspires you? Any family members, someone that kind of helps motivate you inside the cage?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say my sister is definitely one of my big motivations. She's in the military. She's been in the military for over 8 years, and she's somebody who's always believed in me at my best moments and at my lowest moments. So I definitely draw a lot of inspiration from her, and she's part of the reason why I want to do well and keep advancing. So I definitely draw a lot of motivation for her, and she's supported me since the very beginning. So I'm very grateful for that.
Well, thanks to our thanks to her for her service. What branch is she in?
The Navy.
Oh, awesome. My brother's a sailor as well. Awesome.
Nice.
Uh, so, I guess tell us, what do you want to get out of MMA as a whole? Besides, you talked about how it changed your life, but what do you want to get from the future from it and for yourself?
I wanna keep climbing the ladder, and I wanna reach the top of the game. I feel that there's no reason why I can't do it. I know that I'm gonna put the hard work behind it, and I feel that I can be there. So, and I feel that I will be there one day. So I'm gonna keep working hard, but I see myself on top of the game at this highest level, and I'm gonna put the work behind it to make it happen. So I'm not gonna try to make it happen or wish that it happens. I'm just gonna make it happen. So I'm gonna continue working hard. I'm gonna take it day by day, but yeah, make no mistake about it. I'm looking to go all the way to the top. So I'm gonna keep working hard until I get there.
Excellent. Edwin, how can fans find you on social media to follow you?
They can follow me on Instagram, on Chichi125, constantly posting up, photos and videos, pretty much just related to training and what I'm doing. So if anybody wants to follow me, they can follow me on Instagram. Again, Chichi125.
Excellent. Edwin, I appreciate you taking the time. Best of luck in your fight coming up, and I'm sure we'll talk again before the fight. So Edwin
Cool. Thank you for your
Solis,
time.
ACC flyweight champion. Everyone, thank you very much. That was Edwin, everyone. I appreciate you tuning in. This is MyMMAnews.com, Kyle Carroll. Be sure to check out some articles if you want to see this again. It'll be on the website, so check it out. I do know Ryan Castro. I've spoke to him. He's had a great year this past 2017. I plan to be speaking to him as well. Edwin, like I said, appreciate the time. Edwin fought Danny Maldonado, who I spoke to earlier today on this snow day. And then I talked to Brandon Medina, the 125 USMTA New York State champion. So Adrian Alonso, there's your shout out. Thank you for tuning in on all three sessions today. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. If you haven't had Happy New Year now. So thank you for tuning in. This is MyMMAnews.com.